Good evening and welcome to Tea with the President. It's a little bit later in the week than usual, but we are here. This is a special segment where I get to sit down with President Naokimi and talk about what happened during the last week and what we're looking forward to this week. Sip some tea, maybe spill some tea. Yes. How's it going, President Naokimi?
Had a busy day today, but that's normal. Yeah, but I guess my question is, should I talk through like today or through Sunday, which is our usual?
That is a good question. I don't know. How do you feel? What do you like? What is your gut telling you?
I feel like probably I should include the last couple of days because otherwise it just, I don't know, it doesn't feel current, I guess, since I've already experienced it, you know. It'll just be a shorter time period for the next week, I guess.
We'll still find stuff to talk about, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, so if you're joining us for the first time, this is a casual conversation. So if you have a question or a comment for President Naokimi or myself, please feel free to put them in the comments and we'll talk about them. And we'll talk about other things too. Yes. So let's go ahead and jump in. President Naokimi, what is the highlight of this last week for you?
Well, originally I had mainly like talking with Dr. Ward about UTS class. Which was good because a week before I spoke with Dr. Noda and he wasn't very encouraging in terms of the possibilities there. But Dr. Ward, he's a little bit more open in the options. And but he did say if I wanted to do something like that, I would need to not only like, you know, prepare and present like a curriculum and proposal, but I would need to also start my doctorate. So they're definitely putting a hook in there for me.
It's possible, but you have to be in process.
Yes.
That's clever of Dr. Ward, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know how much I want this. I mean, it's something I do want, but do I want it that much to put myself through another many years of torture? We'll see. I mean, the classes are fine. It's just doing it together with presidency. That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we'll see. It depends on also how much I can kind of manage my hours. I'm hoping I'm entering a new phase since entering this last month. But we'll see. Last half month. It's been a little bit less than usual. I mean, mainly because of my father's situation, but I'm thinking maybe I was forced to like reduce my hours and somehow I've been able to maintain it. So so to be determined. That was what I had last week. But this in the past couple of days, one thing that I would say is I had a chance to drop off my kids at Camp Aurora. It's their first kind of church camp experience for 7 days or like a whole week. So, or both of them actually. Wow. So anyway, I think my daughter, she'll be fine. She'll have a great time. My son I'm a little worried about because he pretty much had to drag him there. So it's kind of classic, I don't want to go to a workshop kind of situation. So anyway, but the highlight was I asked my wife to take a day off on Monday, so we were able to kind of meet up. Actually, long story short, because I had to give my sermon Sunday morning and they had to be there early afternoon, she ended up having to drive with the kids ahead of time, and I had to, right after my sermon, go out, catch a bus into the city, take another bus, 7-hour trip to meet her in Boston. So that was so that the kids don't miss orientation and icebreakers. But anyway, we spent the night and then spent the day in Boston just walking around some historic sites. So that was nice. That was a highlight.
Wow, so you had like a little mini getaway that
like a day K.
prompted by the camping or not the summer camp trip.
Yeah, I figured might as well make it a day, day K, vacation.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
So you had a little getaway in Boston.
Yeah, so that was good. Yes. I was able to do that. So that was definitely the highlight.
You were on a bus when we normally would have done tea with the president on Sunday.
Well, I was there by the time it was tea for president. I got there around 7.
Oh, okay.
But some wise person told me that I should probably cancel all my meetings for that night. So I decided to do so.
To follow the wise person.
Yes. And it was good I did, because right around 9, I was out walking, taking a nice stroll. So it would have been pretty bad if I had to be like, actually, honey, I have just another short 30 minutes. Don't worry, we'll be done quickly. Yeah, that would have killed the mood. So I'm glad we postponed it.
Well, great. I'm glad that you were able to have a little daycation with your wife in Boston. And
yeah, that was nice.
You had a little more hopeful meeting with Dr. Ward about a UTS coaching class that you're pondering.
Yes, I am pondering.
Cool. So then what was challenging about this last week?
Yeah, I guess what's coming to mind right now is, well, this was the second weekend in a row where I had like a full workshop or some kind of program going on Saturday, the day before the Sunday, which is generally, I'm reminding myself over and over again, not a good idea to book a full day program before, but Saturday tends to be the only day when everyone else is available. So if we do workshops, it's usually on a Saturday, and then Sunday's my Sunday sermon. So, and on top of that, packing for the trip and many things. And then, anyway, what I would say is the biggest challenge, we're also getting ready for my dad's kind of, he may actually be coming home. And then there's a lot to prepare for, preparing the space and then arranging for like home care and things like that. So my wife's been doing most of that work. God bless her. But yeah, that's been adding to the kind of stress. It's not just it's quite a bit of preparation, like calling people, setting things up, but it's the whole, like, again, this next phase, how are we going to manage this, working, both of us working, kids still in school, that kind of stuff. So anyway, so that's been a little bit on the higher stress end this past week than usual, just getting ready for that next transition. Yeah.
Yes. So a Saturday workshop thing, sermon, packing for the trip, and then also on top of all of that, making preparations for dad to come home.
And an unwilling child dragging to camp.
Did you have to like bribe him or anything?
We basically, just pack this stuff and like, let's go. But anyway, I'm
end up hopefully being a good time.
Yeah, I'm praying for a miracle, but I know that it's when you have it in your mind that you're going to be miserable, you tend to be miserable. So, but magic can happen. Camp is a magical place. So
that it is.
Hoping for the best. He is 16.
16, yeah.
Senior in high school this year.
What? Is he smart? Smart one?
He has a September birthday, so he'll turn 17. But yeah, he's young. He'll be Yeah, I can't believe senior in high school.
It's a big year.
Yeah. You know, it looks like you have cat ears. It's kind of cute.
Oh, because of the
window.
The windows.
Yeah.
I see it now. I'm just I don't know, trying to emulate your cat.
Yeah.
Tora, right?
Tora, yes, Tora. He is actually here with us eating his dinner.
Nice. Okay, so then on that note, what is the key development that happened this week?
Well, let's see, what did we have this week? Well, the Saturday thing was the Filipino Summit. So that was big. I think it was the first major ethnic ministry kind of workshop in person. And yeah, everyone worked hard. They had 6 couples actually receive the holy wine and start the blessing and commit to the 43-day. So that was big. I mean, it's kind of our main activity, and to see that being effectively done with an ethnic ministry kind of opens the door for what else is possible. And I thought the workshop was designed well to encourage people, explain what it is, the value of it, you know, different steps, and you know, inspiring them to take that step. So that I thought was really significant.
Wow.
To do that.
Amazing. Six couples.
Yeah, 6 couples were able to.
How many people total attended? Or
there were about 50, with a lot of staff and different people coming from all around the country to kind of observe and experience it so that they can bring it back to their areas. But there were 6 couples that, the cool thing was there were 6 couples that, and 5 singles, but everyone who came, they ended up committing to do it. So that was really cool. Yeah. Yeah. So we did something right this time. So that was really cool. And another major thing, I don't know if people can appreciate it, but for me, it was like I adapted all the North American goals so that they're much more tangible in terms of what we're measuring. And I reviewed it with like the sub-regional leaders, the Secretary General, ultimately Dr. Young, and yeah, I thought that was really significant. So got that done and got it approved. So the goals are much more grounded, and they have metrics where we can actually track progress on a weekly basis. Something like that.
Is there like a simple example?
Yeah. So for example, you know, one of our goals is Chumbo clergy, which means that you have to fulfill horizontal blessing, 430 couples, and then also 430 generations of ancestor liberation, for those who don't know what that means. Anyway, it's a lot of work, right?
Right. And so when you say Chunbo clergy, you mean like a Christian pastor.
Exactly. Exactly.
Getting a Christian pastor to the point where they are blessing people and liberating their ancestors.
Yeah. So maybe that wasn't the best example, but anyway, the point is if you have to think about like what they have to go through to get to that point, it's a lot of work. And so if that's our main metric, then it's going to take like 3 years before we get the first blip in terms of results.
Yeah.
So that's not very encouraging for, you know, our team if they're receiving a report every week and the result is 0, 0, 0, 0. So the point is, I figured the better way to do it is to track how many people have started and are completed the 43-day process among the clergy. And also I expanded the definition so that it's not just clergy, but it's anyone who starts a 43-day. So the point is that even the ethnic ministry, which we just had a workshop where 6 couples started, that would actually count towards kind of the metric that we're tracking. So that means everyone can make consistent effort towards contributing to that particular goal. That's one example of translating an existing goal and making it much more tangible in terms of
okay, so kind of making it more reachable, not the ultimate goal, but like clear steps towards the
breaking it down into steps that we can measure on a weekly basis.
Got it.
Yeah,
great. That sounds like a very like Sancha said here, awesome task to clarify data integrity. Worthwhile.
Yes, what she said. But we did that. I did it for all the 7 goals. So now all of them is more, task integrity or whatever she shared.
Okay, so at this point, I guess is a good time to talk about the sermon.
Yeah, let's do it.
So if you're watching for the first time, President Naokimi reads all of the comments that he gets on Facebook Live during Sunday service, and he highlights his favorite ones and talks about it on Tea with the President. And we get a chance to kind of go over some points that stuck out to other people and to him. And yes, if dig into stuff. Yes. So the first comment that I see you highlighted was Jennifer Pierce. She said, "You're an alien, Naokimi Oppa."
I thought that was cool. Yeah, we green card holders used to be called resident aliens. So we were aliens for a long time. In fact, it was only in 2010, after I was already 30 plus years old. That's when I decided to change my citizenship, because I had a lot of Japanese pride. But it was part of the job. I needed to change my citizenship, so I offered it up.
Decided to claim America as your country.
Yes.
So that you could become president one day.
But ironically, that same summer when I was contemplating that, I had a chance to visit Japan. And they say Japan's clean and really organized, which all that's true. But when I went to Japan, I realized how un-Japanese I was.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I accept. I am an American. I may look Japanese, but I am an American.
How are you un-Japanese? How are you most un-Japanese?
I just like doing things the way I want to. And Japan, everyone conforms,
Right.
They're wearing the same color shirt, same color pants. They line up in the subway to get into the subway. I mean, just they greet you at 7-Eleven. Irashaimase. It's like, it's like too, I don't know. Yeah. So I just realized I'm American. So that's also what helped me make that choice.
I see.
I still honor my Japanese roots, don't worry.
Right,
but right. I have the American spirit.
It's a good condition to becoming president of Family Fed USA.
Yes.
Jennifer Pierce also said maybe, and then like a emoji with like scratching her chin. I feel like I'd like to be the best I can be in a few areas and not every area kind of person, Yeah,
I was going to encourage her, because I think this applies to everyone, is that in fact, in the sermon, I believe I said, you don't have to be excellent in everything. Just start with one area that you can focus on that you want to be, to excel in. So I just wanted to encourage everyone, whoever's listening, that you don't have to be great at everything. Just start with one and focus on one. And even that itself, you'll be able to taste a lot of fulfillment and joy, even in one area.
Right. So she's kind of skipped ahead to a later part in the sermon before you got to it.
Yeah, she was kind of reading. Yeah, we're kind of on the same.
I just noticed that the third comment is also Jennifer Pierce.
Wow, 3 in a row,
Oh,
Jennifer.
4.
That's like, I didn't even notice that. That's pretty crazy. She's getting all the highlights.
Okay. So the next one is, Mother is so wise. A lot of people take a lot of time just to be the best, but to do it for the sake of being mature, loving your family, and making some kind of positive contribution for the world gives excellence more meaning.
Yeah, she kind of summed up the whole sermon. So I just felt like, I think Jennifer is listening to our tea with the president. She's like taking notes or something. She is like on the mark, writing the right messages that get highlighted. But I had to highlight that because it pretty much summed it up well. That it's not just about being excellent, but for a higher purpose. And that's really what the spiritual aspect of excellence is about.
Yeah. I mean, when we first started National Family Service, we created this team of like what we would call online ushers to kind of just help the comments keep the culture up and upbeat and sincere. And Jennifer from the start was one of the people. And like, yeah, you are yourself, you comment what you normally would, but you kind of like, try to stay on topic a little bit and stuff like that. And yeah, it's much less kind of like regimented now, but she's still like really hitting the mark every time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she's a veteran at this.
Yes. And then okay, so fourth comment from Jennifer Pierce that you highlighted. Embrace failure, my personal challenge. Haha.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot. Oh, hey, Jennifer.
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the angel. Yes. Someone told her. Someone told her. Were your ears getting red? Yeah. Anyway, I think a lot of people have this challenge of embracing failure. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that holds people back from reaching their potential is fearing the failure. And so I thought that was a very vulnerable but meaningful statement there, Jennifer. The fear is real. But I think the idea is to acknowledge it, embrace it, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. And then once you can like embrace the fear, I mean, there's like nothing to hold you back because you're like, you're only going to learn and grow from it. So life becomes much more fun.
Aju, exciting. And also well done. For Jennifer, I think this is a new record.
That is a new record, Jennifer. 4 highlighted comments. We should have like a t-shirt or something. Or a cap or a badge.
Okay. Okay. Justine Che said, "Thank you, President Naokimi. Yes, never be afraid of failure, but learn from it and move forward."
Yeah, we just covered that. But main thing is that a few people quoted me on this in my check-in with other people, but there's no such thing as failure as long as you learn from it. So then you don't really have to worry about failing.
Okay, and then Betsy Orman said, "Wonderful sermon. At any age, we can challenge our level of excellence. Failure is just learning if we keep practicing. Victory comes to those who persevere. Love that your sermons are so broad and embracing that we can invite any person of any level of faith to listen. Reverend Ushiroda, A+ from this professor."
So that was my one comment.
Your little pat yourself on the back.
Acknowledgement. Thank you, Mrs. Orman, for your words of encouragement. I appreciate it. She also kind of summed up some key points, which I thought were very important. So, yeah, thank you for that.
Okay, and then next, Akemi Hirose said, Satan keeps tempting us, saying, you made a mistake. You'll never be good. We can admit that we're not good enough, but we'll never give up. Thank you, Robert, for the beautiful sharing.
Yeah, I wanted to acknowledge that statement because, I really feel the people who give reflection and even the people who pray, they're contributing to the whole National Family Service. And one of the things I didn't mention, but I thought was an important point, was that, that self-doubt when you do face failure is really powerful. But if you can overcome that, then there's so much growth potential that's there. And so, one of the people who shared the reflections that time was able to kind of go there and share about his own doubts. And I just thought that was really a powerful point to make.
Great. And final comment is Jennifer Pierce again.
Whoa, 5.
Thanks, Canada, for hosting today.
Yes, a great shout out to Canada. They did a great job. Joshua was, as usual, phenomenal, high energy, and great very personable. So wanted to thank the whole Canadian team for a great National Family Service.
Yay! So those are the comments that we have from Sunday. Is there anything that you are looking forward to this week?
Well, that's obvious, Yoshie.
Oh.
I have no kids for a week.
You're already 3 days in.
Yeah. Although I have to deal with other things. But I must say it's kind of like, just being able to be just with my wife. It's a different kind of feeling and experience. It's almost like being on vacation. So it's really a blessing to be able to have like camps to send your kids to.
You're selling it. If anybody's on the fence about sending their kids to summer camp.
Thank you, camp staff. Thank you.
Vacation for the parents too.
Yes, it is
like a week-long date with your wife.
Yeah, definitely worth it. So it's good for the kids, good for the parents. I think it's brilliant. We should do it more. We should have like fall camps and winter camps and spring camps and weekend camps.
Boarding school.
Send them to Korea. Like there's so many options here. But I guess soon enough, my son will be in college, and then
you'll be
my daughter will. Anyway, different options. But yes, so that is what I'm looking forward to this week.
Some quality time with the wifey.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing to be looking forward to this week.
Indeed. All right.
Yeah, I guess on that note, that is just about the time that we have for this evening. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in this Tuesday, and we will see you again next Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yes.
That's right.
Probably, most likely.
Most likely, yeah, for now. That's the regular time.
Yes. So again, thank you for joining us. See you next week, and God bless you.
Yeah, have a good night, everyone.
And thanks for joining President Naokimi.
Yeah, thanks, Yoshie. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.